Times Square, and I gotta find my way to Barbados. I gotta keep living the dream with Cayman Airways. We so blessed to have them. I tell you what though, this old girl feeling younger than ever.
Make your travel dreams come true with Cayman Airways, offering international non-stop flights from Cayman to New York, Miami, Tampa, Denver, Los Angeles, Panama, Kingston, Mobay, La Ceiba, and Havana, plus Barbados. Enjoy free rum punch, free in-flight entertainment, free seat selection, and free meals on select flights. Call 949-2311, contact a travel agent, or visit CaymanAirways.com.
At Doctors Hospital, we know life happens, and usually when you least expect it. So when unexpected medical issues arise, you need quality care close to home. Located in the heart of Georgetown, our accomplished team of physicians and medical staff treat minor urgent conditions such as migraines, chest and abdominal pain, shortness of breath, burns, broken bones, open wounds, and more. 24 hours, 7 days a week with no appointment necessary. Peace of mind is important when life happens. At Doctors Hospital, we're always here just for you. Need to speak to someone? Call 949-6066.
Did you know that you can send money transfers to financial institutions anywhere in Jamaica with JN Money?
You mean I can send money straight to my account and cut out the middleman?
Yes, that's exactly what I mean. You send your own money to your own account, giving you peace of mind that the money is in your account.
JN Money Transfers to Financial Institution is another convenient service offered by JN Money. You can have this done from any JN Money location. Deposit your money straight to your account without the hassle of asking someone to do it for you. JN Money Transfers to Financial Institutions, making life easier.
Your Yesteryear Musical, Saturday evenings at 8 o'clock on Breeze Radio. Entertaining, enlightening, and inspirational. Topical with CI cultural and heritage flashbacks and the wonderful music of yesteryear, from the Thomas Edison era to the recent past. Your Yesteryear Musical, Saturdays at 8 p.m. on Breeze Radio, 105.3 FM in Grand Cayman and 91.9 FM in Cayman Brac and Little Cayman.
For the Record with Orrett Connor.
Good morning. Welcome back to For the Record. In the studio with me this morning, Minister J. Ebanks. 2 WhatsApp messages that came in earlier when we were discussing other topics. This one says, I want to say that education has been failing for a long time. Year after year, we have these issues with our Caymanian children failing, and then we argue why Caymanians can't get jobs. Well, they can't compete in the market. We are failing our children and also our elderly, and that's a failing country/island. And to a certain extent, we have to acknowledge that. But I think we have to be careful, how we have to be truthful about the situation. We have to be careful how we convey that, because after a while, it becomes Bible as well. And I use an example of this. We keep hearing people say, employers, they don't want to employ Caymanians because they say Caymanians are lazy. They don't want to work. They don't want to work on holidays. They don't want to work on weekends, whatever, blah, blah, blah. If we continue to repeat that, then it becomes Bible leaf almost. And again, we end up missing the message. So we need to be careful about that, while at the same time we have to acknowledge when we have systems that are not performing the way that we want them to perform, we have to be vocal about it as well. This other listener wrote in and said, guest workers, we see that even Canada, a large developed country, is concerned about the number of foreign workers in their population. Surely, as a small developing country, we cannot continue at the pace we are going in Cayman to avoid social disharmony with our indigenous Caymanians. A possible partial solution to address the trend is to mandate that generational Caymanians be in charge of HR in the public and private sector. Well, I think we have more control in the public sector. In the private sector, that may be a little bit different. what we have to do is that we have to have more corporate citizens that are responsible and that also have the public interest at heart. And when I say the public interest, I don't mean their shareholders or their partners. I mean the Caymanian public's interest as well. Minister, any comments?
No, well, see, you're absolutely right what you just said. I don't know what more I can add to it, but we just need to get on and get the work done, what needs to be done. I think we know pretty much what all the problems are in pretty much every single ministry. Mm-hmm. We just need to roll up our sleeves and just get them all complete and knock them out one by one. I'm here to do my part and what I have to do, and I'll continue to do my best I can do for my people, and always to make sure that I voice my opinions and matters for them.
Okay. Anything that you want to share with our listening and viewing audience in terms of things that are in the works now?
Last time I was here too, I really didn't get to hit into the planning department, but one of the things that we're doing with the planning department now is that I think when I first came back, we talked about bringing this AI technology into planning, mm-hmm. and I thought the longer part of it was going to be is creating the AI technology to get it into planning, but and the codes, actually getting the codes adopted would have been a lot more easier. But what I must say is that the AI technology is actually ready to go, and we're actually behind now, just waiting on the codes to get that implemented in here to get going. So we're going to be moving to the new 2021 revision codes. And what we're actually doing is the Code Council will actually be putting those codes and creating our own Cayman Islands codes. Basically taking the same Miami-Dade codes that they have, but we're branding that as our own, with some of our adding in some of the stuff that we add in here from our side, mm-hmm. and creating the first ever Cayman Islands codes going forward. And then actually be able to implement this AI technology in there. Because if you hear from a lot of the people that call into planning is that they said that, sometimes when they speak to plan reviewers, they get different answers from each different person. Mm-hmm. What we don't want is that anymore, is you can actually have this technology to talk to you, and it'll be able to give you that lifetime what is on. And not only that, but the technology doesn't sleep, so whether you're someone that's a late night person that want to work, you can ask the questions, and this technology will be able to feed you back and be able to give you the section of the code that you're looking for. But also when you're updating your drawings and your plans in there, it is actually filtering and be able to get this thing. And basically, within minutes, this technology is supposed to go through and filter your drawings and tell you whether you're approved.
Oh, wow.
And what it then does, it actually will send a certificate to the planning department, and then the planning department takes it from there and gets your card for you to build. It will speed up the whole planning process right through. We're going to be rolling the technology out to a few of the architects, mm-hmm, mm-hmm. and have them toy with it for a while just to see what they think, if there's any changes that we need to make to it, and get their input into it. I think we're going to probably be handing it out to about 10 of them to kind of get them familiarized with it and how they feel. And if everything goes good, we're hoping maybe I hate to put times up, but I can hope by this year, before this year is out, we'll have this technology in and the new codes adopted here in the Cayman Islands. And these new codes will actually, and one of the big things that this code actually talks about, it changes a lot in the electrical side of things. Okay. It talks a lot more about low voltage lighting and LED lightings and stuff in there that we don't actually do load calculations off of now. So it'll definitely help. Hopefully, we keep our fingers crossed. It'll help bring the costs in the buildings down. It talks about other things that we can actually implement into the construction that hope to lower the cost of construction in this country too.
Sounds great. We have a caller that we've had on hold for a while. Let's grab the caller before we go to our next commercial break. Caller, good morning. Welcome to For the Record.
Yeah, good morning, OC.
Good morning, good morning.
Yeah, man, let me have a word with JJ, man.
He's right here. Go right ahead.
Good morning, sir. Good morning.
Yeah, Jay, let me tell you, man, I'm a West Bear. I'm a Ebanks also. I born in a time when West Bears was migrating into North Side, and they never came back down here, not as I know about.
So. They found paradise.
Well, I guess that's why they're saying that West Bears and Georgetown are the same people, you know? But
yes, sir.
I lived long enough to meet all the politicians in North Side, man, and they were all good people, you know? So all I can say, God bless you and live long, because you really got some food in your plate, boy. It got to take more than 4 years to really finish that plate of food, you understand?
Thank you so much.
I really don't know about that piece of road in Borden Town or whatever, but I know it's almost a year since John had that meeting up there, and that road was the topic, was the main topic. Should have been finished by now.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah. That was the main topic, and we 19 members of the Legislative Assembly went down there, or 18 of us voted on it, separating the speaker from there, but and we're still talking about the EIA report that it's actually it is scheduled to be finished this year, but the thing is that we can't wait on that and continue talking about that. You know, there's works that I'm pretty sure that we can get in to do while we're waiting on this report to be done. There's exploration works that we can get in to start to clear. One of the things that really is not saying that the EIA is that anybody's trying to stall it, but what they're trying to do, what I find that they're doing is that they're taking their time and just putting little things in there that is just to aggravate the process of this, to slow it down as much. And I'm just asking them at the same time, why can't we explore and go and start to build certain sections? As we look through this section, we clear this section, we can build this out and continue moving along, and everybody works together. But it seems like that is the hardest thing to do.
I remember when Arden was Minister for Works, and we were building Ritz-Carlton at the time, and we had to put in a bridge so we could connect from the hotel into Exclusive Island, okay? And I remember Arden making some sound, telling Michael Ryan, say, look, try and get that bridge in there, because if you don't, I'm pushing the road through. And he was serious about it. You understand? And it wasn't too long before we put that bridge in there. You understand? So, boy, JJ, I'm looking at 77 years, you know, and really, we Caymanians are not all about me anymore, but what the young Caymanians going through on this island here to get some work here. You know, I never had to go through those things. And I already did 54 years of it for my island. I made my contribution. Mm-hmm. But it really hurt me, boy. It hurt me, JJ, every day. Sir. To listen to what my young Caymanians going through on this island, boss. To hold some food in your yard. These people just come in here.
I agree with you 100%, sir.
Take away our yard from us, boss, and we don't have no leaders standing up for us here.
Okay, caller, I want to thank you. Thank you very much. We have to rush off to our last commercial break and to give the minister an opportunity for some closing comments as well. But your intervention certainly is greatly appreciated. Folks, please stay tuned. For the record, we'll be back shortly.
You know who this is? That same old girl that went to Hollywood and Panama? Well, guess what? The fun ain't done yet. Because this year, I'm going to country concerts in Denver. I got kick up my heels in Times Square. And I got find my way to Barbados. I got keep living the dream with Cayman Airways. We so blessed to have them. I tell you what though, this old girl's feeling younger than ever.
Make your travel dreams come true with Cayman Airways, offering international non-stop flights from Cayman to New York, Miami, Tampa, Denver, Los Angeles, Panama, Kingston, Mobay, La Ceiba, and Havana, plus Barbados. Enjoy free rum punch, free in-flight entertainment, free seat selection, and free meals on select flights. Call 949-2311, contact a travel agent, or visit CaymanAirways.com.
Did you know that you can send money transfers to financial institutions anywhere in Jamaica with JN Money?
You mean I can send money straight to my account and cut out the middleman?
Yes, that's exactly what I mean. You send your own money to your own account, giving you peace of mind that the money is in your account.
JN Money Transfers to Financial Institution is another convenient service offered by JN Money. You can have this done from any JN Money location. Deposit your money straight to your account without the hassle of asking someone to do it for you. JN Money Transfers to Financial Institutions, making life easier.
At Doctor's Hospital, we know life happens, and usually when you least expect it. So when unexpected medical issues arise, you need quality care close to home. Located in the heart of Georgetown, our accomplished team of physicians and medical staff treat minor urgent conditions such as migraines, chest and abdominal pain, shortness of breath, burns, broken bones, open wounds, and more. 24 hours, 7 days a week with no appointment necessary. Peace of mind is important when life happens. At Doctor's Hospital, we're always here just for you. Need to speak to someone? Call 949-6066.
Your Yesteryear Musical, Saturday evenings at 8 o'clock on Breeze Radio. Entertaining, enlightening, and inspirational. Topical with CI cultural and heritage flashbacks. And the wonderful music of yesteryear. From the Thomas Edison era to the recent past. Your Yesteryear Musical, Saturdays at 8 p.m. on Breeze Radio, 105.3 FM in Grand Cayman and 91.9 FM in Cayman Brac and Little Cayman.
Start your day in the know. Don't miss a beat. Radio Cayman's 7 a.m. news keeps you informed every Monday through Saturday at 7 a.m. Brought to you by Cayman National, proudly serving the Cayman Islands since 1974.
Hey Cayman Islands, Digicel has teamed up with Capella for an amazing giveaway. Want a ticket for you and a friend to attend Cayman's largest music festival? Here's how. Activate a 30-day Prime Max plan or be an active postpaid customer. Don't miss out on this epic event. Rush to a Digicel store or check out the My Digicel app for your chance to win. Digicel, better connected.
There you go, sir. Thanks for choosing JN Money Transfer.
Boy, thanks to JN Money Transfer, I can stay right here in Cayman and pay Mama bills back home in Jamaica. Her water, light, phone, and other bills never late. Every month I pay everything in one place.
Make payments to over 30 companies in Jamaica through JN Money Transfer. Fast, affordable, convenient. Call 1-800-744-1163 for details.
For the Record with Orrett Connor.
Good morning and welcome back to For the Record. We're in the last leg of the show this morning. I'll close the phone lines off because we only have enough time for Minister J. Ebanks to cover some other topics that he wants to cover and some closing comments. But just very quickly, I want to say to you, those of you who are watching the news, New York City was just hit by an earthquake, strong earthquake measuring 4.8 magnitude. New York City and New Jersey. As a matter of fact, my daughter sent me a WhatsApp message and I quickly went to the New York Daily News website and saw it on there. So a 4.8 magnitude earthquake in New York City and New Jersey. She said it felt pretty strong as well. Minister, over to you.
Well, God be with all of them, and hopefully there wasn't any lives lost over there during that time. I just... I know we only got a few minutes to go. I'm off to a meeting with an individual just shortly after this, and then I'm over to my usual Friday meetings, which is actually with the select committee to actually deal with the fuel fuels that were put together. That is actually going pretty well. I must say that everybody's been attending the meetings, and we've been, calling in a few people and mostly dealing with most of our call-ins right now has been with off-reg and the way that off-reg is actually run and giving us the inside of the whole fuel sector, of how things are, operations of how that is running there.
Okay.
Look forward to our 12 o'clock meeting again today. Usually our meetings are set for every Friday at 12 to 3 for the select fuel committee. But, what we see, this east-west RTO road, right, is becoming, it is not only about about moving traffic from east to west faster. It's not only about having a second alternative to be able to when we have accidents that I've heard so many people call me and tell me the other day that on that Saturday one that how many tourists actually missed their flights coming from the eastern side of the island and you had to get them back into hotels and stuff so that they could catch another flight out the next day. It's just a trickle-down effect that we have. But, what happens if there was a major disaster in the eastern side of the island, we could not get nobody further? What happens if the ambulance and fire service couldn't get across there? There's no excuse why this road shouldn't be built. The road needs to be started. All we're asking is for everybody to work together.
Yeah.
And it seems like that's the hardest thing to get people to work together, to be able to start to get in there to do this exploring work, to be able to start to move forward. And some of the questions that I see come forward about asking about for this to be added into some of this.
Are you able to give us some examples?
I mean, one of the things that comes out of that comes right to mind was the flooding of the Savannah Gully during the storm events considered as part of the H&H study. I mean, the Savannah Gully, we're talking about to add part of the H&H study for an east-west RTA road that is miles away apart. I have no clue why that would be part of there, right? But anyhow, somebody decided that's another part that they want to add into this process. And these are the things that I think that when I say that aggravate the process of this and just try to slow this down as much as they can. Another one was the impact of southwest strong winds on the proposed road, the alignment considered of the hurricane track similar to Ivan. Let's see. If we're going to build a road compared to worrying about the track of where Ivan came through, it's not the road that I worried about when Ivan come in, another Ivan coming. It's the people of this country. It's those people that are out along the shoreline, the coastline that we need to worry about. This road should be the last thing on our minds. We may need the road to be able to pass through afterwards, but it's the people that we need to worry about. And I just think that we are getting lost with some of the things that they're asking about in here and frustrating this process. But I just wanted people to know some of the things that I have to deal with. And I'm going to be calling out all the time. Every time I see some foolishness come out now, I will be coming back to the radio and calling it out. And I'm going to be starting to call out the individuals that I feel that are starting to hold this road hostage, that don't want to see this road go through. So they are going to have to answer to the people coming forward, because they're not going to just sit down here and just allow to say what they want to say behind screen doors and do what they want to do in meetings. And then everybody, when you come out to public, they say, oh, well, we support the road. But really, we know they don't. So every time I see something silly come out, I am going to be coming back to the radio and bringing it to the people so that they know what is frustrating this process and holding this up. There's so many other silly questions in there. OC, we would need another show to go through to talk about it. But I just thank you for having me here today. Dr. Steve, I'll be right over to see you shortly, because I know you're my next appointment, so I'll be over to see you in a couple of minutes. But I thank you. I do thank the people of the Cayman Islands. I do thank all the callers, the listeners that were there. We had some great callers, some great input that was giving feedback to us. I've written down a lot of information. I definitely will be carrying back and back to the ministers and handing over some of them stuff so that they could actually come maybe to the show one day and answer some of the questions.
Certainly.
I know the Premier team is actually listening gracefully to the show and making their notes for the Premier to make her comments back on there. I know that my NRA team, I thank them for listening. I thank my NRA board for all of the hard work that they're out there doing. I know they're pushing hard behind the scenes, and I thank everybody else that's out there that's behind us to try to help us get this road works moving as quickly as possible. Also, just want to thank my national housing team for all of the hard work that they're doing. We had a little glitch before in December that we didn't get to hand over those keys, and we all know why, but we don't need to continue to repeat ourselves. We just need to we need to move forward. And I'm happy to say that those houses in Lighthouse are ready to go now, and we are actually almost ready to go now when it comes to Apple Blossom to get started. And we're going to be kicking off a few, I think another 7 more homes in East End very shortly here now too. So the national housing team is actually moving very gracefully and getting things going back up and going. One of the things is that I need to get them back up and moving forward now is getting the housing repairs. So that's a conversation I'll be having today with my chief officer to see how we can actually get the housing repairs back on track, because I know that was something, that initiative that I started with the national housing during their slow period when they weren't building anything, so that they could help a lot of the individuals out there. And I know that has actually taken off like a Learjet. So we're getting more people coming into housing asking for help and repairs. So we definitely need to get that program back up and going. And I'm going to try to see how quickly we can get that program moving back. It was really working out really well. And it's a program that really helps some of our most vulnerable and most people that really need it. And I can tell you, sometimes when I see some of the places that some of our people are conditions that our people are living into, it breaks your heart to really go there and see the conditions. And none of our Caymanians should ever be living in some of the conditions I've seen.
Not in this country. Affluent society that we're living in.
No, and what it's telling us is that we have forgotten our people.
Yeah.
Right, and it's time for us to go back and pick up our people and bring our Caymanians forward with us, and make sure that the Caymanians own this country back. It is their country. They should be living as prosperous as they can and as happy as they can here in this country. And I continue to fight for them to make sure that they would continue to own a part of this rock that is theirs.
Best interests of the people of the Cayman Islands.
That is correct.
One of our listeners said, so proud of you as a young minister. They said all those Caymanian construction companies with good workers, Mr. Jim Powell, Ranburn Christians, Sonny Fellner, Burns Rankin, Mr. Tom Borden, all of those, they talk about the old construction companies. And I'll go back to my day when we had Mr. Brown. Those of you who know Mr. Brown, his apartments are still right there in Moringa Town. Mr. Brown, and there was a man by the name of Mr. Sammy Ebanks. He was Mr. Brown's helper, and Mr. Brown and Mr. Sammy would build Caymanian homes. Those are the days, folks, when you didn't have any such thing as an electric saw. When they had to, when you had to split, to cut a piece of 2x6 or 2x8, you had to, they call it ripping. When you had to rip a piece of 2x8 or 2x6, you did that by hand, elbow grease, folks. I want to thank the minister this morning for being here. We know that you are all appreciative of him being on the show as well. Thank all of you who participated. We apologize for the internet situation, but when you're dealing with technology, you can expect sometimes that there will be issues as well. We do our best. I want you to continue to support your radio station. Join Sterling, Dwayne Ebanks at 12:15 for Talk Today. Have a great, great weekend. And as usual, we ask the good Lord to bless these 3 beautiful, wonderful Cayman Islands.
For the Record, proudly brought to you by
Brand Source Home Gallery, inspiring luxury.
And JN Money.
From abroad to yard.
Fast, affordable, convenient.
Doctors Hospital. Peace of mind is important when life happens. Doctors Hospital, always there for you. Call 949-6066.
And Cayman Airways. Call them on 949-2311 to book your nonstop flights to Los Angeles and Panama. And now, Barbados. And Digicel, Cayman's bigger, better network.
Radio station.
Radio Cayman is the voice of the Cayman